Revise circle equations. So here we have a typical question. Here as you can see, right, this is the what we call the general form. The standard form would have x minus a square plus y minus b square equals to r square, whereby we can read off the center very easily. So for this, we have to manipulate a bit to get to the answer. We start with x squared. We put the x together. Okay, for each of them, we manipulate complete the square. So complete the square is whereby we divide by 2. Then we minus the same thing. So remember the pattern for complete the square. Okay, then we have x plus 2, y plus 3, and then we bring the numbers to the other side. So together we have minus 4, minus 9, minus 12. Okay, so remember that the formula has a minus. So that also indicates that your center will be opposite. So because there's a plus here, so your center of circle would be minus 2, minus 3. Okay, so we can find the radius also. This is the center, and this is the radius. So the radius is the square version of your right hand side. Okay, now we need to find the coordinates of the other point. So what other point are we talking about? It actually respects to this point P. So point P is on the circumference. So because it says it passes through the point, so you can pretend that the circle is this way. Okay, it passes through the point, and now we already found the center. We can point that out also. Okay, so this is our center. And because this is a point, we also know that this will be a distance of 5, whereas that's the radius. So the form of diameter essentially means that this thing is going to be extended even further. Okay, to the other side of the circle. So maybe my circle should have been smaller. Okay, I know it's not proportional, but if we look at it as the center, then these two will be equivalent. Now, when it's equivalent, right, you can actually make use of midpoint. So we know that this point that we do not know forms a diameter with P. So our diameter definitely will pass through the center. So if I consider this point that I do not know as X and Y, so basically -5 plus X divided by 2 is your center's coordinate, which is -2, because this is in the middle. And then the other side would be -7 plus Y will be -3. So if we work and solve, we get our coordinates. One, 1. Okay, so this coordinate is 1, 1. I will write it in now that I found it. May be useful. So I'm going to tidy up a bit. I have my -2, -3. I have my radius, 5 units. I found the other side of the diameter, 1,1. Okay, now we go on to the next part. So Q lies on the circle and it's the same distance from x -2. So let's recall what is x -2. X -2 is a straight line. So this straight line, not very accurately drawn, but it will pass through my center. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So let's recall again. All vertical lines are x equals to -2, x equals to something. Okay, so it says that it's the same distance from this line as P. So it will not be a distance from the center, or rather you have to look at this point here. Okay, so if we look at the coordinate for P at the moment is at -5. We stop at the point -2. So we are actually 3 units from the vertical line. So the other side will be another 3 units. So 3 minus 2, that will be 1. So at the moment here, it doesn't make sense for it to be here, right? So I only know that it's going to be at 1. It could be here. Okay, I'm not sure, but I know the x coordinate will be 1 because 3, 3, distance from the x equals to -2. So I have the x coordinate, I have my circle equation, so I actually can find the y coordinate. So let's find the y coordinate. So if we look back at the original equation, all we need to do is to substitute the coordinate that we have to find the other coordinate. So when x equals to 1, 1 plus 4 plus y squared plus 6y minus 12. So you get a quadratic in y, and you're going to solve this. So I have y plus 7, y minus 1. So I get -7 and 1. So my q could be 1, -7, or 1, 1. So let's check. So at 1, this will be -7. Oh, so they're actually possible to be here. So the distance actually is the same. Okay, so there are 2 candidates here, 1, -7, or 1, 1. 1, 1 happens to be the diameter that we are talking about. Okay, by the moment, do I need to mention the coordinate yet? Okay, not yet. Okay, so now I need to check for the equation of the tangent to a circle at Q.